last thing that you guys was the spruce thing, and I'm just gonna tell you guys up front.
Right.
I have an idea of where this is going. I have multiple ideas of where this is going.
Right.
But at this point, this is up to you guys on what is going to happen in the city. Like if the city is destroyed or if it's blah 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 blah. This isn't like, oh, I have it written here that you're going to save the day. No, depending on what happens, both of you can determine if the city fails or succeeds.
Well, I don't like leadership.
Yeah, and here, right now in this moment with Spruce, I also, this doesn't have to be a fight. If you guys want, you can try to worm your way out of it, escape, do whatever you want. It can turn into a fight, but for sake of time and storytelling, I'm not sure that's where you guys want it or need it to go. But again, up to you guys. Here's what I'm going to say. The last thing that we saw, this is how the camera is opening up. It's again, the camera is zooming on to the sun and the moon as they're barely touching, and we hear... So that's the scene. Griffin, you're under the table with Isabel because you rolled that deck save last time. Bagyo, you're standing up with the other three looking at Spruce as he steps off the ledge that he was basically had his hands dug into the side of the building to stay upright, and he steps inside, and now you guys are surrounded by Genasi. What do you do?
Well... Wait, I'm with the bartender, right? Isabel?
Yeah, you're under the table. Spruce has just showed up, and he said groovy to the room, and then he steps in.
Is there anything I can roll to see what his intentions are, Spruce?
I mean,
I think his intentions are to F us up.
You can roll an insight. You can roll an insight right now, and we'll see, but just roll it. Roll an insight.
Never mind.
A net 1 to start off!
Dude, this is awesome. I love this game.
So you're not sure what he's doing?
I'm fucked up over here, dude. I'm freaking out.
I want to say you're paranoid. He is after you. That's what you think right now. He knows you guys are there and that he is after you. Oh,
God. Okay.
I'm just gonna go into a defensive fighting stance.
Do we want to fight this right now?
Spruce walks in, and after he says groovy, he walks up to Chad, who's wearing the yellow vest, and he taps his shoulder with the vest, and he says, "Well, looks like you're new here. What happened to Estevez?" "Oh, he retired," and then he shakes his hand off of his vest, and Spruce goes, "That's a shame." And he turns to the president of the Red Delicious faction, and then turns to the empty spot where Isabel was, and he sees Bagyo there, and he says, "Are you the head of the Grapes of Wrath as well?"
"No, I am not, sir."
And then he looks at you his head shakes a little bit. He turns to the other Genasi, and he says, "I believe that is the turtle." And he walks up to next to you, Bagyo.
I am a turtle.
Yes, you are. And he says to the other Genasi, "Take him into custody." And as he says that, and he's walking around the table, the other Genasi say, "Sir, we actually we already got the turd in the turd. We already got the Birtle in the turd."
The Birtle.
Birtle in the turd. I'm going to ask him if I'm being detained.
Ask him if... Can you read me my rights?
Am I being detained? No.
Sir, we already got the turtle and the bird. And he goes, "What?" "Yeah, that copy of the wanted posters that you had us put up, we got them early this morning, and then we cut to a shot of a bird and a turtle in a cage One's like albino bird, and the other is a turtle with a scar over its eyes.
Oh, damn.
And the bird goes, "Hey, I don't even know this fool!" And it cuts right back.
I feel really bad.
And one of the Genasi steps up and he says, "Yeah, man, we got it last night. Don't worry about it." And he cracks his knuckles.
Bagyo looks incredibly confused.
I'm gonna actually roll an insight. Spruce looks back at the turtle, which is you, Bagyo. I don't know why it says that.
I'm a turtle.
Yep. And then he looks back at the other Genasi and he says, "Are you all fools? This is exactly how Fenway described him. Let me see that poster." And one of the Genasi hands him the poster, and he looks at it and is like, "This is not at all what I wrote down." And he turns back to you, Bagyo. Isabel on the ground under the table with you, Griffin. She says, "Oh God, this is bad."
How'd they even find us?
That's what I'm saying right now. I have no idea. Griffin, can you roll a perception?
Yes.
This is Bagyo right now. Sweating.
Okay, perception. Well, I got 9.
Double 9s?
Perception. Hold on. There's plus
I know
1.
you get it.
10.
Okay, you get advantage on it. That's what I was counting on here, but you just got double 9s.
That's stupid.
Spruce steps up, back away, and he says, "The turtle stays until we can figure out otherwise. The rest of you are being detained under conspiracy to commit crimes against the government and whatnot." And Chad goes, "What, man? This is crazy. What do you mean?" "Yeah, baby, we weren't doing anything except just taking care of our respective neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?"
Bagyo speaks up and says, "I do not do crime."
Spruce looks at you as if he doesn't care.
Yeah, I feel you.
How many people are in the room exactly?
All the Genasi.
Of
Spruce,
the good guys.
Of the good guys. There's
me.
Well, what do you consider good guys?
Me, Isabel, Bagyo, Chad,
Fleek, and Fuji. Oh, and also Big Jiminy is on the table.
Oh no!
Don't forget about Big
Jim. I was gonna try to fly us all out of here, but that's too many people to grab.
You can't fly him.
Isabel whispers and says, "Okay, I think she points to a thing a little bit of ways. There's a little door on the wall. It looks very small. And she says, that's like a food garbage chute, okay? We could get over there and we could get out of here. The thing is, someone has to cause a distraction."
Well, I have that swashbuckling maneuver.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Disarm, distraction, feint, parry, riposte, and trick.
Right. I will let you cause a distraction using a swashing point.
Yeah.
You have to describe the distraction.
Okay.
And we can see how that goes. When Chad has said, or Fuji says, we're all just trying to protect our respective neighborhoods, Spruce speaks up again and he says, "We have an anonymous tip saying otherwise." And then you hear, Yes, these respective criminals are going to engage in activities." And Fuji smacks their forehead, and then they say, "Fleek, tell me right now, you didn't report us to the head of the Genasi to, I don't know, take over this city?" And he raises his hands, his melon hands, and he says, "I will be the victor!"
Oh, not the melon.
Then Chad tries jumping over the table to attack Fleek, which Spruce grabs him with a hand, pushes him all the way back, and he falls to the floor. And at this point, he sees eye contact with you, Griffin, and Isabel.
Okay.
You can extend that swashing point now if you'd like.
I'm going to cause a distraction.
Okay, what's the distraction?
Okay. Griff gets up, starts coughing and uncontrollably, and is acting like he's about to puke. I think I got the pig flu. Oh.
The pig flu?
Yeah, the pig flu.
You stand up and start doing that, and everyone looks at you. They're all now looking at you. You are the distraction.
Yeah.
And so with that distraction, also they're very surprised because they thought everybody else this was it. You are the distraction. Now that you are the distraction, what is the point here? Is Isabel
Isabel's supposed to get everybody out of the
vicinity
garbage disposal thingy.
Okay, and then I think as you're looking around the room, you look back at the garbage vent thing, and it just kind of swinging open and closed back and forth. And if you look around, you don't see Chad or Isabel.
All right, how about Bagyo?
Bagyo, that depends. Bagyo, roll perception.
Me?
Yep.
Please.
7 plus 9 total.
I'll just say that you see Isabel. You see her like dart into the garbage chute with Chad in tow.
Okay, so I'm still like stumbling around. Griffin is stumbling around, acting like he's about to puke and acting really sickly.
So you just fucking around?
Yeah, and as I stumble around, I push Bagyo towards the desk or the table that was turned over right next to the door.
Right.
The garbage disposal. So I kind of Griff just kind of stumbles, pushes Bagyo towards the exit.
I follow through with it.
You go towards the exit?
Yeah, I follow through with it. So, like, he goes to push me that way, and then I get it, so I go.
All right, and then some of the Genasi, like, go towards you and says, "Hey, buddy, are you doing okay?"
No.
Hey, watch it, dude. You might be sick.
They say I had the pig flu. It's really contagious.
Oh, not the pig flu.
Bagyo's super worried about Griffin. Like I'm visibly concerned.
They say it's contagious. It's like a virus.
Spruce is looking at you, Griffin.
Yeah.
And then if you look at Spruce, you can see like a light bulb just goes on in his head, and he says out loud, very loudly, he says, "Does anyone not see a problem with this?" And one of the Genasi says, "No, yeah, dude, he's got pig flu. Dude, we got to get out of here." And he says, "No, there's a turtle and a bird in the same room, and none of you have anything to say about it." And he looks around, and everyone's kind of wide-eyed, and they're looking at Spruce for a second, and then all of their eyes slowly pan towards you, Griffin.
Psych, boy!
Oh, no.
What do you do?
I am going to, I guess, try to fly out the window.
Griffin's like, there's one option we haven't considered. He shoots himself with his bow.
All right, roll it. Now roll a dexterity saving throw that you have advantage on.
I do, and it don't matter.
It does. It's a 13. What's your dexterity saving? Remember +5. It does matter. 13 plus 5. That's crazy. 18. So you do that. You say "psych boy," and you jump out the hole in the wall and start flying down. And then the camera stays on the hole as you fly past it, and we see Spruce look outside of it and look down and point. And then in your head, you just hear, "That was a good one, dude." And then we cut back to Bagyo with Isabel and Chad as they're falling down the shaft into the garbage chute, and you hear Chad screaming as Isabel is saying, "Shut up." Well, what's Bagyo doing?
Bagyo says, "I have the shell rot." No, I'm kidding. So I've fallen down this shaft with them?
Yeah, and you have landed in the garbage, a dumpster.
Alright, so I get up and kind of dust myself off and look around. What do I see?
You're in an alleyway now, outside of the clock tower. It seems to go deeper than the regular would, because usually you'd just be at the Apple Hub, if you recognize where you are. But you are in a secondary alley for the garbage.
Can I roll anything to figure out where Griffin might have went? Because I want to get back to him.
Make sure I'm not dying of pig flu.
I mean, sure, roll for it.
No, I heard you say "psych boy." Canonically, I went okay. So 4, 5, 6.
I don't think so. Griffin. I'm gonna say you would know what side the building the garbage chute would be on. So where are you flying?
I'm gonna fly down and fly over there to see if everyone's okay.
Okay. So Isabel throws Chad out of the trash because she landed on top of him, and she says, "Get the fuck off me!" And Chad goes, "God damn it!" and gets off. And then Bagyo, you see she jumps out of the dumpster, and then we see Griffin glide down to meet all of them.
Is everybody okay?
I believe so.
I mean, we're fine, but we're down to 2 presidents. The city's not gonna survive that way.
Well, that's the least of our worries right now.
Fleek is a goddamn idiot. He'd turn himself in if it meant he'd get some type of reward. Yeah, and that's basically what he just did, the fucking moron!
Where's Big Jim?
So we had a traitor in our midst.
I mean, he just wanted to take control over Jacobi, but the thing he didn't understand is that we need all of us to be able to control Jacobi.
Sad. I trusted the melon.
Big Jim was unconscious on the table. You guys did not get Big Jim.
No! Going back. I looked to see if there's a stairwell going back up.
I mean, if you can, go for it. If you want.
Do I see a stairwell?
I mean, not a stairwell, no. You'd have to go back.
We could come back for Big Jim. My priority is to stop to stop the town from being destroyed. Then we can find Big Jim after.
Okay, so we're down there. They're up there in the clock tower. Is there anything? Can I see Lady Lullaby? Is she somewhere in the town now that it's dark? Is there anything?
It's not dark yet. The eclipse is like slowly.
So it's not completely in front of the sun yet.
Yeah, but Chad speaks up and he says, "No, this is the part I'm worried about. When it was all 4 of us, we could evacuate the town. But with Fuji and now Fleek gone, how are we going to get Melon Plaza or Apple Hub? We're going to have to try. I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't even know if I believe in this Lady Lullaby. I don't even think I've seen Elijah except maybe once, and I don't even remember him. Do you guys think this is the way to go?"
We have to stop Lady Lullaby. I feel like once we stop this horrible entity, that things will begin to fall into place. We need to find her and stop her now.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then she puts her hand out towards Chad and she says, "For now, truce." And Chad looks at her and says,
"Truce or
okay,
swoosh?" No, I'm kidding.
He says, "Okay, fine." And he grabs her hand and shakes it really toughly. And he says, "I guess we're going to have to try and evacuate the Apple Hub. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes."
Just get all the innocent people away.
They start taking off in separate directions. What are you guys going to do?
I'm listening. I'm going to do a perception to listen and look and see and smell and just look around using all my senses available to me to try to see what direction where Lady Lullaby might be, because we heard the singing, right?
No, you didn't. That was like just a.
All right, well, I'm going to try to figure out where she is. No problem.
Ooh, a 19.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
21.
Okay.
Where's she at?
Okay.
Come here, bitch.
I'm not gonna say that this is like, oh yeah, I know exactly where she is, but I'm gonna say after after like an hour of the eclipse like slowly fading together, as the darkness is slowly taking over this city and the fog is rolling in through the alleyways in every part of the city, and the clouds start coming in very darkly, and it's turning this place into black mayhem. It's almost as if they fade into your vision as you're looking around Jacobi as these blue-tinted children come running towards you. And it's not just like a few of them or one of them, it's like a whole bunch of them, all running in separate directions from this one direction past you guys as they're screaming and crying.
Can I reach out and grab one of them as they run by?
Make an athletics.
13 plus.
Yeah, you grab him.
All right.
You grab this little tiny girl.
Child, what are you running from?
I'm running. Let me go right now before she comes.
Listen, the whole town, all your friends, and all of us are in jeopardy here. You tell me what you're running from. Tell me what's going on, then I'll let you go.
And as you are screaming, not screaming, Bagyo wouldn't be screaming at a child.
I'm just very sternly saying, hey, we're all about to die, what's going on?
As you are looking at her and like trying to talk to her and trying to sternly get this information that you're trying to get out of her, you both, at the same time as these kids are rolling past you, hear this.
Oh, here we go.
And you see a figure. And at first glance, you jump because you think it's Lady Lullaby. but on further inspection, you see that it's just her statue. Then the camera zooms out, and we see that Griffin and Bagyo are in a field of spirit statues that you visited a couple of days ago. And for some reason, the festival is still going on, and it's in full swing. There's people in masks running around, and fireworks going off, and all these different multicolored sparklers and lights that these kids are playing with. But they seem to be avoiding this specific spot where the statues are. Then in the distance, you hear even more yelling. This time familiar as you see blue-tinted figures of Aiden and Madeline as they seem to be flocking more of the children. And then you hear it. You hear her voice. First in a hum.
You can see Griffin in the back Millie rocking.
Griffin's like, she's evil, but she fire, though.
Distantly as you see her silhouette as she comes into view. Her hovering being seems almost giant at this point. She spots you as she moves, and with a flick of her wrist, one hand becomes a thick, furry, clawed arm, and the other becomes a long, slimy tentacle. She extends both hands and grabs onto a ledge, which you now notice is at the top of a building. And when you see that, you also notice that she is now stories tall. This looks like a different Lady Lullaby than you've seen.
Stories tall!
Like maybe a couple stories, like a story.
Okay, listen, one story is too much, so okay.
How is one
feet? She's like 20 feet tall, dude.
How much is one story?
10 feet, roughly.
Roughly 10
All right.
feet.
She looks large and in charge. Is that not what you wanted to hear?
If a story is 10 feet, how many stories would you say she is?
Story and a half.
Okay.
15 feet. Okay.
Tall.
15 feet though?
But how
flexes
tall would
for sure.
How tall would a library be then?
Shut the
full
fuck.
stories.
Listen, man, I love you, but fuck off.
So she's coming towards us, right? We see her?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is she Millie Walden?
As she moves towards you two, the lights around you seem to go out, as if she was sucking all the energy from around you and into her. It's nearly pitch black, and you see all these blue-tinted children running in separate directions from this certain area, almost screaming, and then you see in the blackness this almost electric blue coming towards you until you see the shape of Lady Lullaby standing tall over some of the buildings towards you, and she reaches out her hands as she's singing, and one of them Weston, you remember, one of them turns into like the size and shape of like this werewolf looking claw, and then her other hand turns to a tentacle.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Darling is here now, I intend to stay. It's time for my children to go to your graves. Darling, still love you. I don't want you hurt, but if you attack, you will end in the dirt. If you still wish to tango and see how she slays, darling can dance, darling, let's play.
Griffin, try it. The name.
As she is coming towards that area, towards you guys see Aiden and Madeline come from the darkness of one of the alleyways, and she's looking at you. They're both looking at you, and they're shaking in fear, looking at Lady Lullaby, then back to you two.
Guys, run away!
There's no point. She's gonna get all of us.
No, she's not.
There's no, we don't have time.
We're gonna do everything we can to stop her today. You need to run, or it's pointless, or it's for nothing.
Can we talk to Lady Lullaby? Or is she just this, like, emotionless?
I mean, you can.
Will she
You
talk
can try.
back?
We'll find out.
Lady Lullaby.
Her body doesn't go rigid, but she looks at you almost in a not like she's pissed off or anything along those lines, but
Like, is it like a how dare you speak to me thing?
no, it's just kind of like she's paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Where's Elijah?
She cocks her head and looks at you.
Okay, well, this bitch can't speak.
Call her. Say the word to her, Griffin. Griffin, say the thing.
And as she moves towards you two, with an extended claw hand, both her and her hand begin to grow massive.
I scream it at the top of my lungs.
Darling. And I say, yeah, darling, after Griffin does.
But I say darling as I as I fly towards her with my sword. I want to make this memorable.
So okay, so here's the scene then.
I'm cartwheeling at her.
So here's the thing then, scene then.
I got a 20 athletics check, so I successfully cartwheel.
Okay, so then, Griffin, after you guys say to the kids that you're going to try everything in your power to make this happen, and that you're going to take care of Lady Lullaby, you look towards her, like your eyes lock with hers, and you say, Lady Lullaby. You rise up with your wings as Bagyo starts cartwheeling towards her, as she is coming towards you as well, and gaining height as she does, with her tentacles outstretching with her claw hand raised back like she's about to strike, running towards you. And then you have your sword out, and you scream,
Darling!
And the second you do, her body goes rigid. Her body stops, and she looks down for a second, and she grabs at her chest, and you see for a moment this blue tint, like it's this light shining from inside of her going out towards you two, and she starts to shrink like she's in pain. She shrinks down to her regular size, and her tentacle arm is now gone, and so is her werewolf hand, and she looks back at you two, almost sorry.
Sorry!
So now she is Lady Lullaby at this point? Are they separated, the spirit and...
From what you can guess, maybe. She looks weak and almost like her powers are gone.
But are they regular, humanoid size, or...?
Yes. She looks roughly as tall as you were.
Okay.
As you guys are, I should say.
Darling?
Every time you say that, her head kind of shakes a little bit. She's shaking her head, and she's beating at her chest, trying to make something happen.
Okay, well, I keep saying it, too.
Well, do we kill her at this point? I kind of don't want to, but... Is there...
Griffin,
roll
okay.
something? Wait, hold on. Brain blast. Can I use that vial that Elijah got me to suck?
What vial?
I forgot. He gave me some... Yeah, to suck the spirit out from the body. Would that work?
I mean, they would have to be at a weakened state, like they are. That could possibly work. I feel like you guys might have to defeat her.
I'm gonna roll an attack roll to tackle her.
Okay, roll for it.
I noticed that she looks weakened, and I'm gonna try to see if I can touch her.
Roll for it.
Okay, 15.
15.
I got plus 15 plus 1 attack roll is 16.
So, we'll have to kill her, dude.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to beat this out of her to tackle her.
In a cartwheeling fashion.
And I got a 16.
You, Bagyo, smack right into her and knock her down to the floor. So she is
physical. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yep. Roll for initiative.
Okay, I'm going last.
I got 7, 8, 9 total for my initiative.
Oh, wait.
What?
What's my initiative? Oh, yeah. Plus 3. I'm going last. 5.
Actually, you're not.
She get one lower than 5?
She rolled a nat 1.
Alright, so it's me, you, then her. Alright, I'm going to unleash my flurry of blows on her. So after my attack action, I can make 2 unarmed strikes. So first I'm going to attack.
Right.
5 plus 1, so the first attack probably misses.
Right.
Alright, then I'm going to do my 2 unarmed strikes. So that one misses, and that one hits.
So I'm going to say the scene is you're on top of her, and you try doing your flurry of blows. She ducks her head once, you smack the ground, and then she ducks her head on the other one, and you also punch the ground, and on the third one, you just got her in the face.
Yeah, so 4 damage.
4 damage. Alright.
My turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna take my bow and...
Yo, clap this chick, B.
Fly up and try to shoot her if she's got a heart.
Okay.
Try to shoot her in the heart.
Alright, roll for it then.
Tough. That is tough.
That is tough.
Tough. I got a 2. That is T-U-F-F, tough.
Exactly where Bagyo just was about to punch, like one of the spots where he punched the ground, like she moved out of the way, hits right there. And then she's going to roll to... She's prone. Like, you're on top of her right now, Bagyo.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, so I'm going to give her disadvantage. Yeah. Her attack does not hit, but I'm going to say that she doesn't attack you, but she pushes you off enough to where she can get...
She's back up.
Yeah, she's back up. Back to you, Bagyo.
Gotta keep track of my key points. Alright, I'm gonna go for swinging my Yogquig staff at her. 8, 9... Wait, are we outside?
Yeah, you're outside. Okay, let me actually set the scene. Like, it's all dark and everything, but her blue tint has... You can see where you are because she's glowing, or she was glowing. It's still dark now because her tint she's lost a lot of her tint, but there's that light coming out of her cloak, and you guys are fighting her in the Valley of the Statues in Apple Hub.
Oh, okay, so we're... Okay. Well, then never mind then. But yeah, so I swing my staff at her, and I get a 9 total.
She steps back right before that. Griffin, you're up again.
Alright, this time I fly towards her and try to stab her in the chest.
With your
sword.
With your Buzzard's Fall?
Buzzard's Fall.
Alright. Roll for it.
Tough,
Holy
dude.
fuck!
An 8, that is tough, man.
She...
Go ahead and end me right here. How dare you.
She matrix it. She just like her...
Yep.
She limbos right back, and she's gonna try and attack you. What's your AC?
13.
Okay, she rolled a 12. She tries to kick you, but you also move out of the way. Like, you guys are basically playing this game of ballet with her. Bagyo, you're up again.
Do something, G.
I'm gonna do that move where you kind of spin around, jump, spin in the air, and slam down with a staff, that bow staff move.
Alright.
Dang it, I fall. No.
Yeah. Tough, dude.
She's weaving. She's dipping and weaving.
She's dipping and weaving.
You, dude.
Real quick, let's all refresh roll 20. Let's just get a reset on this, because I've never seen it act this badly.
My life be like ooh. Wow. This is playing while we fight her, by the way. My life be like ooh.
Wow. This is like a tough scene.
This TUFF tough, dude.
All right,
Jesus. My turn.
Yep.
Now I'm pissed off at this point. I'm going for the throat, the back of the throat, since I'm behind her at this point, right?
Okay.
Come on. Okay.
Hey, that's a hit.
Hit, baby. Finally. Now I gotta do damage. See how much damage.
Right.
This is 1d6.
6 damage. Shit. Okay. Where'd you slash her?
I slashed her at the back of the neck.
She screams, and not in that harmonic voice. She's not singing anymore. She's not humming. She just screams.
Nice. Finish her.
Ooh, okay. She turns around, like in a backhand,
Mm-hmm.
tries to elbow you and attack you with her fists.
Right.
You gonna smack me in front of my friends?
Wait, is she
No,
attacking
Griffin.
Griff or Bagyo?
Sorry, Griffin.
Oh, I thought she was attacking me.
What'd she roll?
I'm not going to tell you what she rolled, but she did hit your AC. But for damage, it's
Hmm.
going to be
Yeah, you don't tell the people the enemy's rolls.
3.
Oh.
3.
Why is that, though?
Because you're not supposed to know. I mean, why would you know how much someone else hit you, you know? Basically, we don't want any way that you could strategize against stuff like that using extra information.
It says I have 17 hit points at this point.
Okay.
I don't know if we healed. I don't think we did.
Not really. You guys have been like going in and out.
Alright, so I'm just going to stick with 17.
Right.
Where we at, Chief?
3 damage.
I am going to attack her with my staff again.
Okay. What is
Dang,
that?
that one.
Nat
Ooh.
1?
Damn.
That one.
She's going to fuck both of us up.
You know what? Like, this is going to... we're playing a little bit of Calvin Ball with this this fight here, but on a Nat 1, I'm going to give her...
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you go trying to swing your staff at her, and she turns around. Hey! Okay. She turns around again, and with her, like, outstretched claws of her hands, her long nails, she tries to rake against your face.
Yeah.
Again, dealing 2 damage.
Alright.
And from the way she's acting, it looks like... And the fact that she's using her hands, you guys can ascertain that she doesn't have anything else. she was just at her most powerful, and now she's got bupkis. Griffin, you're up.
I'm gonna try to shoot her in the eye with my bow at this point from a distance.
All right.
13. Is there anything I add to that?
If you have anything on the bow, again, it depends on the weapon that you're using. Sometimes they get like advantage or like stuff you add to attack.
I don't have anything written down.
Okay, then that's no.
That's a no. Got it.
It just goes right by her face, and then
Okay.
we're back to Lady Lullaby as she sees you shoot past her face. And how far away are you from her, would you say?
I think I flew past her, flew back, hit her in the neck, and then I turn around 10 feet, but I'm like in the air, 10 feet in the air, 10 feet away from her.
I think that she sees you up in the air. She was angry at what happened, but she puts Bagyo in between you and her, so she steps in front of Bagyo, and keeping with that, and she attacks you, Bagyo. Does not hit.
My AC is 17.
That doesn't hit.
Damn.
And now we're back to Bagyo.
How do you get your AC up, by the way? Is there a
Armor.
way to do it?
Armor or other specific, like, in-story narration ways.
Or buff spells, stuff like
Oh, yeah. So that happened. You guys swung the legs out from under this fight. I honestly didn't expect you to get the name till much later.
that. Attack her with my staff, 14.
That's a hit.
Alright.
Woohoo!
So the damage on my staff, 1d6 plus 2. Okay, so 4, 5, 6.
6 damage
Uh-huh.
on her staff.
Yeah, my staff is 1d6 plus 2, and I rolled a 4.
She gets knocked to the ground with that.
Oh, she's weak. She weak as hell, bruh. Finish her.
She gets knocked down, and you see her head bash off the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and blood starts streaking down from behind the mask.
Even though we're in combat, can I, since she went down, can I jump down, can I get down on top of her and try to, talk to her now?
Talking is a free action.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying, even though I just took my attack action, since she's down on the ground bleeding, can I just get down on top of her, straddle her, and grab her by
The tits.
collar? Grab her by the tits? No, I'm kidding.
It'd be kind of creepy, but
We're all about creepy in this.
on your next turn,
D&D.
unless you wanted to use a bonus action if you had that. Remember, BJ, I want you to remember you have a point of inspiration you still haven't used.
No, what can I do with those?
You can make them re-roll. Like if you rolled a nat 1 or something like that, you
Okay.
can use it.
Wait, don't you still have that Christmas gift or birthday present he gave?
That-
Yeah, that's what
That's
he's
what
talking
the
about.
point of inspiration
Oh.
is.
I can re-roll a bad roll, but I don't want to waste it.
I mean, you're facing Lady Lullaby.
No,
I know.
dude, I got this. Bring me
But
in,
she
coach.
bleeding on the ground. Go ahead.
Bring me in.
Griffin, you're up.
All right. Hopefully she's really weak.
No, she's laying on the ground bleeding out of her head.
Okay. Griffin's gonna do the finishing move, hopefully. He's gonna fly and grab her and fly up in the air and then drop her onto Bagyo's shell.
On to Bagyo shell.
Yeah.
I hunch over,
Right?
and he
You
drops
guys-
her on top of me.
Okay. All right. Attack it.
Tough. Tuff. Tough.
Oh, that's pretty high.
You go towards her and she kicks her legs out at you like she's
Mhm.
trying to keep you away from her.
Yeah.
And she's going to attack you then. Your AC is 12?
13.
She's too weak.
Hell yeah.
She's trying to stand up.
Teabagger.
You're up, Bagyo.
How does she look, and what is she doing right now?
She's trying, at this point, Griffin was trying to, grab her and, take her into the
Yeah.
sky. And she stuck her legs out to stop him from getting to her. She just looks like she's weak.
Is she on the ground still, or is she standing up?
At this point, she's mid getting up.
And has she got a hood over her face? Can we not see her face?
She doesn't have a hood over her face. She has her mask over her face.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to grapple the mask off of her face.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's like a disarming, right? Shouldn't that be like a strength combat? You know what I mean?
Up to you. You're the DM.
Yeah, okay. That's a 17 as well. Reroll.
Oh, re-roll?
Yeah, because
Oh, no.
Wait, no, actually, the attacker, in terms of, the attacker usually, if it's a draw, the attacker wins. So, you get the mask, and you can pull it off if you'd like.
Yeah,
You pull off this mask, BJ, and
Oh, God.
I don't, this whole time I've expected you guys to, think that you were trying to find someone that you've already met in Jacobi under the mask. And when you pull off the mask, you don't see anybody that you knew in Jacobi. This is someone you've never met before. This is...
Dude, if it was Elijah, dude.
Freaking Howland!
No, it's...
Griffin.
You pull off the mask, and this brown hair that you used to see with Lady Lullaby in the background.
No one cared who she was till she put on the mask.
Her hair is snow white now, and her face is wrinkled, and she's got this bulbous nose, and
like an old witch.
She is old. She looks really old, and her head is bleeding, and she looks like she's in a lot of pain. And she's grimacing at you, gritting her teeth, and she's looking tenacious, like she's not going to let this happen this way. Can I say that that's your move?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
All right. Griffin, you're up.
Oh, I gotta end this. Now I'm gonna try to stab her in the back with...
Take advantage.
Like through the heart.
Take advantage. Advantage.
Yeah.
Roll it again. That is a hit.
Yoo-wee mama. Now I gotta do the damage, right?
Yep.
A 5.
Bagyo, you pull the mask off of her, and you see her face as she's looking at you, gritting her teeth, and then Griffin flies down really quickly and stabs her through the back, and it goes into the cloak. It doesn't puncture through the cloak on the
other side?
Other side, but you see the point come out, just press against the clothing.
Kind of like when Bullseye stabs the last.
I was thinking that exact thing. I was thinking that exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, like, you pull your sword out, Griffin, and she crumples to the ground, and she falls to her back, and she looks at you two, and she reaches for the mask of Bagyo. What do you do?
I kick it away.
Her hand drops to the ground, and she looks at you two, and she opens her mouth.
Wait, we probably should have asked her where Elijah was. We're still
It's too late at this point.
Yeah.
There's no reason to think that she would tell us.
Listen to me quick, I'll sing you a tale, one that confined me to my jail. You need only listen and put down your arms. If you heed my word, you will take no harm. Once I was lost, afraid, just like you, wet and alone. I didn't know what to do. Then came my darling, who pulled me to life. And on that day, you became my wife. Oh, did my parents find that quite alarming when they first met my beautiful darling? Together we sang, we danced, and we cried. We shepherded those who were lost and who died. Enemies came and attacked the weak. My darling and I decided to seek. We brought down the demons who had caused dismay. We chased them all down each long day. She saved us, and we saved them. She saved me when I was falling. We saved those condemned. I miss my
And with that, her head falls limp, and her body dissipates, and her body is gone. And the cloak opens up, revealing this blue light that shoots out into the sky, turning it a luminescent blue, as all of these new blue orbs float from her cloak into the sky. And if you look around through the city, you see that it's creating a barrier over the entire Jacobi. She's gone, and all these orbs are flying everywhere. What do?
Damn, dude, I kind of want to grab the cloak.
Do it.
Alright, I'm going to grab the cloak and, shut it.
You try grabbing it and shutting it, but there's no way to actually shut it. Everything that is coming out of it is just spilling out. Even
Can I
to
roll
the
an
cloth.
insight to try to have you tell me exactly what's happening?
You can.
17.
From this, Bagyo, after hearing her tale of what it sounded like, you were thinking about this, what does this mean? The way that she was talking about it. She met this character, this spirit, her darling, that pulled her from life, that saved her. And then she said, we danced, we cried, we shepherded those who were lost and who died. Enemies came, they attacked the weak. And then my darling and me decided to seek. We brought down the demons who had caused dismay as she saved us, and we saved them. And from that 17, you're looking around and trying to put all this together. You see this arithmetic around Bagyo's face as he slowly realizes she was hunting demons. She was hunting monsters.
So the kids were monsters?
And as you have that realization, you hear this laughter from behind you, this childlike laughter. As you turn around and you see Aiden and Madeline, and they're looking at you, and they turn into those two Babadook figures that you saw at the circus as they outstretch their bodies into the sky.
So those orbs flying away were actually demons that caught?
Yeah, you can tell that, and they're looking down at you, and they're laughing, and the one with the outstretched, exaggerated, toothy smile looks down at you, and you guys can remember that was Aiden, and it looks down, smiles, and says, thank you, and they start floating into the sky, and you can see, if you're looking around, and if you see any of the people in Jacobi, they're looking up, and now they can see this luminescent blue light that's covering Jacobi, and you see the blue orbs flying. And Bagyo, you see a blue orb fly into a passing person, and then another one fly into another passing person.
Oh my god.
As all these orbs are flying around, and Bagyo, you hear from inside you say, didn't I say that this shit was gonna go crazy?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kyle.
Oh no.
Wait, is there anything we could have done to realize what she was doing?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was no indication that the kids were bad, though.
You didn't talk to the kids a lot, did you? Did you go and...
What were they gonna say? Yeah, we're demons, bruh.
I mean, I had a lot of scenes planned.
I assumed they were dead kids that depressed me. I didn't want to talk to them.
Yeah? Here's a hint for you. You remember that one blue-tinted Babadook figure at the circus that you guys killed?
Yeah.
And then the next day you went over to the kids and you're like, hey, what's going on? And the 3 kids you knew, and one of them was missing?
Well,
Yeah?
I thought we killed all 3 of them.
You did take out 2 of them. They dissipated, but the 3rd one was taken by Lady Lullaby.
Oh, yeah.
So while this is happening, you guys are looking around all of Jacobi as all of these orbs are flying around, and you look at the camera as it's got a wide shot of Jacobi as this blue barrier seems to cover all of Jacobi. We look at a shot of Bagyo and Griffin. Bagyo looks down at the mask as the camera slowly zooms at it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna grab the cloak.
I'm gonna grab the mask.
Yeah, I'm a demon hunter.
I'm gonna say then, Bagyo, you grab the mask.
Okay, I grab the mask.
And then you pick up the cloak, Griffin. As you pick up the cloak off the ground, Griffin... Actually, can I get a quick scene of Griffin and Bagyo, their reactions?
Yeah. What have we done?
Bagyo's not saying anything. He's got the mask in his hand and he's just looking down at it.
What have we done?
Why didn't she just tell us that she was a demon hunter?
She kind of did.
When we killed her!
She sang, and she talked. The last thing she said was she talked.
I just thought she was being creepy, man.
I'm looking at the lyrics, and there was no indication.
My pretty angels, I see your scarred wings. Allow me to heal you, I am your darling.
Scarred wings, because that's demons. I get it. Because demons are fallen angels.
Follow me, children, you don't have to lie. I've given you time to say your goodbye. Darling is here now, I'll whisk you away, and if you don't come, I'll be back each long day. Lost spirits of life, it is your time to go. Don't change the path we are forced to stroll.
No, I get it.
Oh, I got fooled, dude. Damn it.
You got!
We got faded.
Faded.
As you pick up the cloak, Griffin, you see now that there's a figure under the cloak. You pull the cloak off, and you see the battered face of Elijah looking up into the sky now. His spectacles a little bit twisted and maybe broken, his arm still unhealed, and his static pink cloak is messed up as well.
Yeah, if she's good, why'd she take him?
Maybe Elijah's a demon, dude.
Oh, no.
And he's looking up into this luminescent blue light. He turns to both of you and he says, I just had the wildest dream.
Oh.
And then the camera cuts.